right. Welcome back, everybody. It is Dash of Reading Roundup time. The ladies again are back from their hiatus. They
I can't hear.
they forced me into a contract negotiation that allowed them to have some time off. I don't like that, but no, I'm kidding. We're gonna have
Amber
some.
can't hear you again.
Amber can't hear me. Of
Nope,
course.
she's gonna try again, maybe. I can hear you
Anyways,
okay.
we are going to be talking about our monthly reads. We're going to have some guests apparently come in. We made it an open forum today, which is fine. But we'll talk about ours, then we'll bring our guests in and let us know what they read. And let's hope. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay.
All right. Did everybody survive the long and treacherous football game that was yesterday? I'm talking about the game. No other issues other than the game. The game, which was boring.
Very boring. It was very boring.
It is in the bottom 10 of my Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any, but I did notice that Tim at one point turned it off and went and got on the computer for a while, and then he came to bed pretty early, so it must have been great.
We actually ended up staying home, and I went to bed before it was over.
Yeah. Pop said congrats to Sam. He Pops is a Minnesota Vikings fan apparently, so he's mad that Sam Darnold now won a Super Bowl with Seattle and not Minnesota. So
gotcha.
I know the feel. Pops, I've been angry for the last 30 years. I've been angry since 1995, so we'll leave it at that.
Dash, are you somewhere else, or do you have a screen?
I have a screen because I am currently in the middle of.
You're playing with your toys?
I'm playing with my toys. There you go. I am playing with my toys. Yeah, I'm doing some refurbishing of the. I am at Karen's house. If you guys have watched Killer Karen, you would know that I am in Killer Karen's house.
Ooh.
No,
Does that sound like a good place you should be?
Knowing Karen, no. Knowing Karen and Dante, no. No, it's in my bottom 10. It was all right. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the pain on my back today. So if I wince a little, it's just because my back hurts. So we're gonna be talking about what we did in January. I know we read some in December and November, but we'll just talk mainly our January. But we do have our.
I've already forgotten what I read in December.
You've already yeah. So we'll just talk.
Yeah,
about
it seems
that.
like a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago. You guys are not that older than me.
Follow me on Instagram, people. Sometimes I talk about my books.
Yeah, there you go. Follow her on Instagram, Amber
Emery. It's _ Amber Emery _
AmberPicksOnDash.com. No,
that's a good idea.
Well, we'll just start it off from the beginning. Like I said, we got a couple of guests. We'll bring them on here in a little bit. But let's go, Miss Dana. You're up first. Tell us what you read in the month of January.
Okay, I read a ton of stuff in January. January is like my sweet spot for reading because tax season hasn't started yet, and everything's just kind of quiet, and I still have like 2 weeks off from teaching kids, so I read a ton of stuff, but I'm just going to give you the highlights. Okay, I read a book called The Place of Tides, which I just fell into and loved and had a hard time moving on from. You know, every now and then you hit a book like that where it's like, now where do I go? Yeah. So anyway, this book, it's about this guy. It's a true story. It's like a sort of a memoir kind of thing. It's a British farmer, and he goes to spend a season on this remote island off of Norway and the Vega Archipelago. So it's just south of the Arctic Circle. So Amber, it made me think a lot about A Woman in the Polar Night.
Oh, okay.
So very similar in that same sort of area. Anyway, he's out there, and so this is a real thing. There are these they call them the duck women. And their job is they go out to these islands in the summertime. They spend the summer out there, and they set up nest boxes. They sort of protect the ducks. They have these eider ducks that come to nest on the island.
Aw.
And their job is they're sort of like the duck guardians, and then they gather the down that the ducks use in their nesting. They gather the down, and so you can go buy yourself, if you're a wealthy enough person, one of these down, like they use this down to make blankets and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And I looked one up, about $6,000 to get you one of the comforters.
Oh,
Yes. So this is a dying art. Like there's not a lot of young people who want to do this. And
yeah.
life has changed. People can't just take a summer and go do this. But so anyway, this guy went out there and he spent the summer with this 70-year-old duck woman, and just saw what she did and helped her that season. And it was really sort of life-changing for him.
That's cool.
It was the greatest book. I loved it. It was beautiful writing. That island is now a World Heritage Site.
Good.
So it's a beautiful place. So anyway, highly recommend it, called The Place of Tides.
And are the ducks protected
I don't know.
from
Well,
humans hurting them?
they are when they're on that island.
Okay.
Now they don't stay there year round. This is a part of
Yeah.
the migratory thing. So
Yeah.
they come in and then they leave. So who knows what happens when they leave?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not hunted there.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So gorgeous book. I definitely recommend it. I also read The Teacher of Nomadland by Daniel Nairi. He's out there
Love
in
him.
I do too. He's out there in your neck of the woods, Dash.
Yeah.
Or at least he used to be. He
Yeah,
grew
it
up
used to
in
be. I don't
Edmonds.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's with Edmund,
He's
but
on
I
the
don't know if he's
coast.
still there on that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's back, maybe North Carolina-ish,
Yeah.
somewhere now.
Because he's friends with David Kern. So.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So this book was great. I mean, I just love his books. This one is set during World War II, and it's set in Iran. So
Oh.
Iran is occupied by Britain and by the USSR. And, they're supposedly, both of these countries are, protecting Iran. And basically they're protecting their own interest, of course, and they're trying to, set up defensive barriers and all this stuff. Anyway, so I haven't ever read a lot about what was going on right there in that chunk of the world during World War II. But so it'll kind of teach you about that. There's an orphaned brother and sister. They are about to be split up in amongst people in the town, and they don't want that to happen. Dad was a teacher, and so they just decide, I don't think anybody's really going to miss us. So they take off following the gypsy tribes that are doing their sort of annual trek to a different part of the country.
Oh.
So good. Definitely recommend it.
Sounds good.
Great book. It's, middle grade fiction, but
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I read another one of Georgette Hare's books. Duplicate Death was this one. She writes about a bridge party and at the home of a wealthy woman, and during the bridge party, someone dies. And can't tell you a whole lot more about that, except that it does involve the cocaine trade at the time, which I had no idea was quite the big thing in England that it was, but it was. So it involves that. There's this great Inspector Hemingway, and he's so funny. I mean, there were lots of moments I was just laughing out loud at this book. It was a hoot, and a good mystery. So it's a lot of fun. And I read a couple in the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon series.
You and everybody else. I got to get on that bandwagon.
Yes.
No, don't get on that bandwagon. Stay off it. Stay off it.
Run, Amber, and jump as high as you have to do to get on the bandwagon. So apparently they get longer as you go, but the first ones are really short. They're like novellas. I think they're so fun. Have you read any of these, Dash?
I read the was it the first two? I read like the ones that are the novellas, but I haven't got any past the first two yet.
Yeah.
Do you not like them?
No, they're fine. They're really are. They're fine, but
I thought they were a hoot. I love Emma. I am all in. I can't wait to read them all. I've read the first two. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and
Nice.
they've got Amber Emery written all over them. So
I know.
There's-
Maybe
I
it's
think-
the fact that it's a series that I'm just like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like what? I can't remember. It's like
There's 8, 7.
8. I think 8. I think
Okay.
8 is the number. It's
Well, the
fine. It's
first
like I mean,
two-
it's like a series like Little House. So you're just, I mean, not written the same way, but you're going to
Yeah,
go through them fairly quick.
yeah, and the first two really are super short. Like I said, I think they do get longer, but the first two are super short. And like, I think the audio for the first one was like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, so you can just kind of
So
knock
quick.
them out.
So
quickly.
quick. 4
Yeah,
hours is so quick.
nothing.
For me, 4 hours is more like 2.
Exactly. You speed up the audio
Speed it up,
and you know,
yeah.
these are not like deep high literature so that
Yeah.
you've got to be paying super attention. They're just fun.
Yeah,
So
they're good. They're fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I recommend those. And then I read another one of Gabrielle Myers' books, my favorite one so far, Every Hour Until Then. This one involved Jack the Ripper, and this one was the best.
Yes, it was.
I don't know. I haven't read the next one yet because I'm like, I don't know if she can top this.
Hey Doc,
It was
hey
just-
Doc, hey Doc.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. So if anybody's reading that series and you haven't gotten to this one, I definitely recommend
It's
it.
my favorite sort of time travel series ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
great. And it's just unique. Like, I don't think
Mhm.
there's another thing I've read that's quite like this.
No. She's very clever. Mhm.
And then I read another one that I wanted to mention just because it's another book that was inspired by the Tichborne case that we read about. And now that we've read about that, you know, that was the guy who disappeared. What was the name of the book that we read, y'all?
Oh, by Zadie Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes away to Australia and then he comes back claiming to be the Tichborne claimant.
Because the story's actually from like The Housewife or something of the author who was friends with Charles Dickens.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So true story. And
What's
I
that
just,
called?
you know, when we read the book, we talked about how impactful that was on sort of the British psyche.
Mhm.
And it really was, because now I'm finding that story in books everywhere. And so here's another one. Josephine Tay wrote this book called Brat Farrer, and it's a mystery, and it was inspired by the Tichborne case. And so you find out right away that they're twin boys, and one of them disappears when the boys are 13.
What?
And then he shows up again 8 years later, or does he?
The Fraud by Zadie Smith is what we're thinking
The
of.
Fraud,
Yes,
that's
Fraud.
right.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. So this one was fun, and as I was reading it, I'm like, boy, this sounds like. And then I was reading about the book, and I was like, well, there you go. She
Yeah.
was directly
'cause
influenced by that case.
The Tichborne case popped up in the Suspicions of Mr. Witcher as
Mr.
far as
Mr.
like from a
Exactly.
nonfiction angle, because
Yeah.
Mr. Witcher was involved in that somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will never forget that case ever.
I think
Yeah,
I
and-
think that Patty Considine, however you say his name, the series they did with Mr. I think that's one of the episodes as well.
I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, the
So
Tichborne-
yeah, I
the
don't
Tichborne
think we
case.
can overstate just how important that case was, you know, in Britain at the time, and just how impacted people were, and other writers, you know, were influenced by it, impacted by it,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, like-
felt the need to write about it. So
Like we said, that's probably pretty much spawned the entire detective
Mhm.
genre of novels. So
yeah. So anyway, those are my top ones from January. I could talk
Right.
more, but those are the tops. So
I just want to pull up this because Nem said once the toilet. Did you guys see the commercial where the toilets were singing? Was it? I think it was Against All Odds or something. It was the Phil Collins.
I don't remember the ad.
It was early, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm.
what were they advertising?
I don't remember.
Toilet cleaner. I don't know. I'm going to bring on them because he's going to tell us about what he read.
Oh, good.
Hey, what's going on? It was a drink, a hydrating drink called Liquid IV.
Liquid IV. Yes.
Yes.
It's like stay hydrated.
Yes.
The fact that you had
Yes.
toilet singing Phil Collins makes me chuckle.
Yeah, that was too much for me. That was a horror show right there. I was like, if you see that in your house, get a young priest and an old priest and leave the house immediately. So,
Welcome to the show, Nem.
yeah. Hi, how you doing?
What a way to kick us off. So do us a favor, introduce yourself, and then tell us what you read in January.
So my name is Nem, or at least that's what everybody calls me. That's not my real name, but everybody calls me Nem now. And I do some shows on the Madness. And I also do a little bit of writing here and there. And that's what I do. Yeah. But besides that, I also read. So let's see. I was told Dash, I was like, I got this whole stack. I don't think we can get into it all. But the first thing I read, I will show you this real quick, is a series. It's a science fiction series that I bought at a Comic-Con by a guy named, what's his name? Jacob Hold. And it's the Seraphim series. So all 3 books there.
Very nice.
So it was really good.
That's the only 3 books in the series?
Yep, it's only 3 books in the series. He's written some other stuff, but hey,
what kind of sci-fi? Like, are they in space? Is it like Star Wars, or is it like, what is it? What are they doing?
It's far future, and you come to find out that Earth is a seed planet for humans, and originally humanity came from another dimension, and so certain people are born with the ability to control basically giant mechs called Seraphim that are actually made of failed pilots, and they grind them up and put their those other consciousness and stuff in there, and you come to find out all about this rift in humanity long ago, and what there's a war going on between different factions of humanity, and these mechs, which are actually alive in their own way, are a large part of it. And so it's a really detailed world. It's a lot of fun and he writes it very, very well. He's got a lot of backstory and everything. It's a lot of fun. So they're quick reads. I really, really enjoyed them. It's one of those things I picked up on a whim because I thought the cover looked cool,
The best way to get a book, man.
Yeah. Always judge a book by its cover.
Always.
And then kind of sticky with the theme, I reread this book. My kids got me this for Christmas several years ago. This is an adventure, a fantasy book, adventures, but it's based on a party of monster called the Goblin Corps. And they're the bad guys, but it's from their point of view, taking on the good guys. So, yeah.
Let me write that down, the Goblin Corps.
Yeah. This is such a fun read. It is so cool to see from their point of view. So it's like your typical, really your Dungeons and Dragons type fantasy read, but it's flipped on its head, and it's such an interesting book to read, and I reread it and stuff. It's so cool.
Nice.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah. Now these next 3 books, I got to warn you, I'm reading them for research for my next book. So let's see. The Exorcist Files.
Why priests are on your brain.
Yeah. Diary of an American Exorcist. And this book, An Exorcist Explains the Demonic. So I'm doing a lot of research. I got these for Christmas, so it's strange Christmas presents.
Is that the long game sequel?
Yes, it is. It is. So, in fact, I would like to give all of you the PDF for the book if you ever want to read it sometime for the show. I think it would be
absolutely.
I would be honored. So, and then I'll just do 2 more things real quick, and then I will get out of your hair. But I reread some of this. I didn't reread all of it, but this is the H.P. Lovecraft. So
my list.
I got that for Christmas.
Yeah, I reread some of this, and then believe it or not, this is actually a really good novel. I got this in a bargain bin for 10 cents when when a store was going out of sale. But it's a novelization of Spider-Man, Secret of the Sinister Six.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Is that by Diane?
Yep.
Yeah. She does she does the novelization of Spider-Man so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then of course I've been reading some, comic books and manga and stuff like that. But yeah, so it was a busy January. Like you, January is one of my biggest reading months because I get a bunch of stuff for Christmas. So it's like it's just reading through everything. So, and then I've also been reading these books by Chris Brown. So Slaughterville.
Slaughterville.
Yes.
We talk.
In front. I can put you in front.
And I can say that next month's list or this month's list will have Hell Comes to Texas on it. So
it'll be nice to hear your thoughts on that one. We hated it.
Yeah, they hated it. They hated it.
Just kidding.
In fact, I think I got like -3 stars from Amber.
Totally kidding.
I will say this
Texas.
for anybody out there who's looking for a cool science fiction manga series, Dimension W, very very cool. So yeah,
Nice.
Reading those. Yeah.
So are you done? No, I'm kidding.
No, I've got more, but that's enough. I don't want to take up the whole show and show you exactly how nerdy I am. So.
Oh man, I'm
all
gonna take
nerdy
longer
here.
and talk faster.
We're friends. We are nerdy, so
Yes.
we're all friends here.
I'm afraid I'm going to take longer to have to talk faster. Let me tell you what. I read a lot, ladies. Gash knows I'm always talking about stuff that I'm reading. But what I want to do first, I'm just going to say at Christmas time, I went to a place where they have a section of free books. And they have
Free?
all
You say
these
free books?
Holmes books.
Free.
You said free books?
Yeah,
You're talking my language now. Free books.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's like one of those spots where you read them and then you bring them back, and then somebody else can grab them and read them, right?
Oh, like a little free library kind of.
Yeah, it's at a bookstore. It's like what they do with the ones that are too beat up to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's neat.
So they had all these Sherlock Holmes books, and I had never read any. I mean, I know who Sherlock was. That kind of detective story wasn't really my thing. And then all my friends started freaking writing detective stories, Doc, them,
They're my favorite.
Doc
Detective stories are my
has some
favorite.
fantastic ones.
Well, see, Doc is the one that wrote the first Jake Bishop book, which is not this one. This is the one Chris wrote. I have Doc's over there somewhere. I proofread both of these books. I got to see them before anybody else did, which was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm proofreading this one right now. And this, man, even it's hard to concentrate on watching out for stuff, which I don't usually have to anyway because mistakes jump off the page at me. But that's why I like to proofread because I don't even have to work at it. Stuff just goes boom. And I go, wow, that's spelled wrong, or you know what I mean? It's like that comma don't really belong there. That kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't edit. I don't want anything to do with messing with somebody's story. But man, when I'm reading this stuff, and I see something like that, it jumps off the page at me, but at the same time, it takes me out of the story. And I hate that. So I will proofread my friends' books just to make sure that it goes out there the best way it can.
That it flows. You're checking to make sure that it flows.
I just want it to be good. I want it to be, the best that it can be.
Good is subjective.
So then at the beginning of the month, I started this early Asimov, which is Isaac Asimov's early sci-fi stuff, right? Like really early, like in the 40s when he was young. But this book was copyrighted in the 70s, and he comes back 30 years later and he's writing critiques on his own work from 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is really a cool book. If you like Asimov, this is, a must read for any Asimov fan. Okay, so I already showed off this one. Chris Brown taking Doc's character and adding more to the magic side of it, like explaining more about where that is. Doc went straight to the heart of the case and had Jake solving the case, right? And Chris is like fleshing that character out a little more. I really like where he's going. I ain't all the way through it, but
That's cool.
70 pages in, no mistakes, and I'm getting to enjoy the book. So, and my dude down there, my dude up there, where that dude over there,
Top corner.
this one, I was in the middle of reading when I got when I got Chris's, and Chris's is work, so I had to go to work. I had to start proofreading that one, but I'm also reading this, and reading more than one book is not foreign to me at all. Sometimes I'll have 5 or 6 different books that I'm bookmarked in.
Yes,
It's
sir.
just, what do I want to read right now? Right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you get to a slow part in a good book.
All of us, Carrie. All of us are going to read
Right?
Space Monkeys.
Sometimes you get to a slow part in a really good book, and you just like, I don't want to get bored with it. I'm just going to put it down for now. I'll pick it back up later, and I'll read something else, right? Because I don't want to lose interest in a book that I'm liking just because there's a little slow spot, right? Especially because I read mostly at night. I don't want to fall asleep reading a book.
I feel that.
I also have my next read right here. And this is one of my son's Army friends. And it's funny because I asked him, I said, well, how do you know him? Where'd you meet him, boot camp or A school? And he goes, I think we were in boot camp and AIT together, but I'm not sure. Taylor, if you're watching, call Travis up. Tell him, what's up, boy? But this is The Weight of Leadership. Being the leader they deserve by Taylor Wilkerson. This is on Amazon. You can get this. I haven't read it yet, but this is my next read after Nels. This one right here. So
very cool.
Well, I will read it, then I will review it.
And that's honest to God truth. I've read all that since Christmas.
Good job.
Nice. That's a lot.
Even without your
Especially
glasses?
with my workload, it's really a lot.
Without his glasses.
I read pretty fast, I guess, except when I'm proofing. That's but
Yeah.
Never read fast when you're proofing. Never.
But just thanks for letting me pop on out here, Dad.
Of
Just good to
course.
meet everybody.
Thank you, Pops.
Hey, do the thing, man. Y'all promote each other, promote good stuff.
I have nothing to promote.
I
Believe
will
it or
jump
not,
out
Cash,
here.
I just got a message from someone. I forgot that I'm on another podcast in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to go get ready for that.
You gotta go. Nice to meet you.
Bye now.
Yeah, I'm in promo mode right now, so my brain is spinning all over the place.
He's
So,
promoting Space Monkeys.
yes.
We have a ton of people in promo mode right now. That makes my job, I really go to work when all my friends got stuff going on, and it's cool that they all do that.
Yeah, Space Monkeys will be not making appearance on Dash Reading. It's not literature. It's just crazy fun.
It might. You never know.
Oh,
If
that's
Jack makes us read it, it will.
And I just want to say,
I know.
I also read Path of the Pale Rider 1 through 7.
There you go.
Since I got 7, which was last month.
Last month.
So I also read all of Lori's series up to date, waiting for book 8, which just launched. So go check out all this cool stuff, everybody. Weight of Leadership is on Amazon. Go check it out. Also, our own Madness art book, Goodbye to Romance, the unauthorized tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. 30 different artists, tons of fresh art, drawings, and paintings of Ozzy, good stuff. It's really awesome. It's on fundmycomic.com. It's on Amazon. It's on Ingram Spark. It's everywhere. Go get you one. It helps us keep shows like this rolling. It helps pay for our network. Oh, there you go. Dash knows what's up.
Hard to see.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that with that stupid screen.
Don't mind the background. Don't mind the background.
There you go.
Goodbye to Romance.
There you go. Yeah, and it's good stuff. Some really good artists. We have 3 other covers that are available in different places at Fund My Comic. There's beautiful wraparound cover by Tony Ernesto. We have con exclusive covers for con tables by Les Garner. just all kinds of cool stuff, guys. Just check out the meg.tv. That's all you got to do.
There you go.
Peace,
Pops.
everybody.
Bye, Pops.
Bye.
There we go. So, we'll put Amber up here because we're gonna let her talk. I guess
You are?
we are gonna let Amber talk.
Okay. I'm not going to talk about all these, but I did not pre pull them out. So let's see.
No, talk about all of them. We got time.
My dryer just went off. My clothes are going to get wrinkly. We got to go. I just thoughts out my brain.
You read some books.
It's an Agatha Christie because I'm reading through them chronologically in publication order. But it's the 9th Perot book. It was originally, I think, published as Lord Edgware Dies, but my copy actually says 13 at Dinner. So I don't know why they change titles sometimes from England to the United States. Like, I understand Harry Potter from philosopher to sorcerer because we don't use philosophers in that way that they do. But Lord Edgware Dies to 13 at Dinner. Lord Edgware Dies is a much, much better title. There's even a joke about that being the title in the book. It was so funny. So I don't know why it was changed. Anyway, it's about a woman who comes to Perot and she asks him to tell her how to get rid of her husband. And he's like, I can't do that for you. She's like, well, I need to get a divorce. And she's an actress and she's real flighty and whatever. And he's like, okay, I can't do that for you, but maybe I can help you like with the divorce thing or whatever. Well, fast forward a few days, her husband is dead. So of course everybody thinks she did it because she's been going around yapping about it. And Perot is like, okay, slow your roll. Well, she was at dinner with 13 people, which is where that title comes from. And so she has an alibi. And the Perot, because I don't know if y'all remember when I first started this project, I wasn't really happy with him. I wasn't really vibing, but the Perot stories get better and better as they go. This one was really good. I guessed who did it fairly quickly. However, the how it happened, the logistics of it, no idea. So that when it was revealed, I was like, holy crap, Agatha Christie is clever. Like it was just worth it for that. So I highly recommend Lord Edgware Dies or 13 at Dinner.
Very nice.
Let's see. I read Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. It was all the rage at the end of last year, I guess. And I want to see the movie that was up for an Oscar or is up for an Oscar. It is about William Shakespeare's wife and children left in Stratford upon Avon. And the story kind of goes because his son in real life, Hamnet, dies, and the story flashes back between the current, like him dying and the aftermath of that, and then how their relationship even got started. So it's not about him, it's about her, but he's in it. But what I love the most, and this is not really a spoiler, is the author never mentions his name. He's either the tutor or he's the son or he's the husband or he's the playwright. He's never named. And I think it just puts the emphasis more on her and what was happening. And of course, with Shakespeare, we know that a lot of stuff is just fill in the gaps, right?
Yeah.
But Hamnet, for people that don't know, is a name that was also interchangeable with Hamlet.
Yeah.
And the play Hamlet was written not long after Hamnet died. And if you're familiar with Hamlet, Hamlet's dad named Hamlet dies, and so people think there's a lot of correlation between him working out his feelings with his son dying in that play. I highly recommend it. It's a very quiet novel. It's not going to be action-packed. The language can get flowery in places, but I think it works. I think if you just want something slow, and the story's not slow, but you know what I mean? Like it's quiet. It's really great, and I highly, highly recommend Hamnet.
Super well written too. I mean, it's just great.
Man.
The writing's really nice. And
Absolutely, it's great. I think I gave it four. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. The next one I read, Dana and I read for our reading group, "The Spy Who Came in from the Cold" by John le Carre.
John le Carre.
It's actually book 3 in like his series, but it's the one apparently that made him super famous. Man, spy stories and all that stuff, they're hit or miss for me, but this one I just loved. Like, I was intrigued right away and I was just locked in. And when we discuss this in my group, I see movies in my head when I read. And this book was just a black and white movie. It was a
Right.
total 1960s Cold War noir kind of spy story. I loved it so much. I'm making Eric read it. And Eric prefers audio, so we started on audio, and he's like, I don't like it on audio. And I said, you're not the only one, because there were some people in our reading group that didn't like it on audio either. So he has since switched to the book, and he likes it much better. So he is plowing his way through Lucare, not fast enough, because I want to talk about the ending. And he just needs to hurry up and get there. And since we're doing
Hurry
this
up,
in the middle
Eric.
of the day, he's at work. I'll have to tell him about this. So I highly, have you read it, Dash?
Yeah, I've read all the Lucari.
Oh, good. Oh, have you read all the George Smiley and all that? Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
I've not watched the movie. I've just read the books.
See, I won't
Did you watch
I
it,
won't
Amber?
let Eric watch the movie till he reads it.
Yeah. Have you watched it yet, Amber? No.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
waiting.
you'll enjoy it. I think. Yeah.
The book is the movie I heard is really good.
It is good. Yeah.
Does it change the ending? Just yes or no? Does it change the ending?
I don't know.
No, I think it. No.
Because I loved the ending.
Yeah, what happens, and you can. I mean, I think the ending things about the ending could be interpreted differently depending on how you read it, and also, but I think the movie takes a definite stand on.
Oh, okay. It's not ambiguous. It's like this
on an interpretation of the ending. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
Is that the only one they made a movie of, though? I don't know if they did, or I mean, other than
they did in the 60s, right?
Yeah, it was a 60s movie.
Yeah. I don't know if they've made the others into movies.
I don't think they've made the others. So.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is a movie.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Sorry,
Get
probably getting a package. Heaven forbid someone walk by my house. Okay.
Not allowed.
So I like to read. I don't know. Sometimes I'm in the mood and I theme books. So I did a rereading of Bridget Jones's Diary for my reread project, and I loved it as much as I did when I read it in the early 2000s. Hang on, Stella. I loved it as much as I did, and I was actually a little concerned because dating in the 90s was a lot different than dating now. But I think a lot of it holds up because even the ladies were talking about the dating culture and how in the future it probably won't be like that. And I'm like, well, so much of it has already changed. And so I thought that was really cool, the way you could read, someone from today, like a 20-year-old today could read Bridget Jones's Diary, I think, and still enjoy it. Man, I love it. It's one of the few books that makes me cackle, like just out loud, just cackle. But then after I read it, I rewatched the movie, and for me, the movie does not hold up. I don't like the movie. I love the movie at first, but I don't like it again as much as a 52-year-old. But the book still is so good. Okay. And then another one that I themed was Lillian Boxfish Takes a Walk by Catherine Rooney. This one came out in 2017. I listened to this one on audio, and I actually think it would have been better if I read it, but I didn't have time to put it in my reading schedule, if that makes sense. Like, I needed to keep it as an audiobook. But it's about Lillian Boxfish. She's in her 80s, and it's in New York City, and it's New Year's Eve, and she wants to walk to go eat dinner at a restaurant. And it's about her just thinking about her life. And she goes all the way back to when she first moved to New York City to work for Macy's department store as an ad. She wrote ads for Macy's. And so like from the 30s to the 80s, and it's just really cool, all her memories of the city and how things have changed and what hasn't changed. And it was just really neat to see New York City through the eyes of Lillian Boxfish. So I think it's really well written. I do not recommend it on audio. It's kind of it's not slow like Hamnet is slow, but Lillian's older, so there's not a rush to it. But I think the narrator just slowed the pace of the story down way too much. Like
Yeah.
she should have sped it up a little bit. And then the last one I want to mention is another one from 2017 that I'm just now getting around to reading. But in my defense, a lot of nonfiction, I wait until I'm reading that presidential biography, and I'll
Yeah.
put that in there. So Eric and I read Killers of the Flower Moon, the Osage Murders, and the Birth of the FBI. It was my favorite book in January. Absolutely loved every page, every second. Every other page, I'm in my Google looking things up. I have been to Pawhuska. If you're familiar with the Pioneer Woman, she's dumped a lot of money into Pawhuska. And I've been out to her land because she lets you tour the lodge where she filmed her cooking show.
Yep.
And so it was really neat for them to talk about Pawhuska and be like, I've been through there. I know what all this prairie looks like. I loved it. It was fantastic. So Eric listened to it on audio. I read it. And then we watched the movie, and I don't recommend the movie at all.
Oh,
The movie was all right. It wasn't like great, but it was. She's waving.
I think if you want to watch the movie, don't read the book and then watch the movie.
Yeah, read the book first, and then leave
Because
the movie alone.
to me, the most what I really liked, and now it's a nonfiction book, but I liked when they had the point of view from the detective, from the Pinkerton agents, and then the birth of the FBI. I liked from that POV, whereas the movie stuck from the actual characters, the Native Americans and their white husbands, and I just did not. I wish they would have done it in a different direction, but that's okay.
I'm not a big DiCaprio fan, so he kind of.
Oh, I love him. I have no problems with him, but there's a lot of good people in it. Is Al Pacino in it?
I thought it was some of the was filmed for, like you can I can look out my window and see some of the houses that they filmed.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes in. So I mean, what's his name lived in the house right across the street from us, almost. What's his? Help me. The director.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Scorsese was.
So yeah, it's again. I think it's because Eric and I were more invested in, because y'all know me, I love detectives. I was more invested in the story from the FBI's perspective. And that's not what the movie gave you, which kind of really makes sense. If they're going to do a movie, let's just do a movie of the events that happen. But then once they brought in the FBI, it was just lame. I don't know.
They didn't portray the FBI very well in the in the movie. But yeah, it was
the book is excellent. 5 stars.
Yeah, 5-star
around.
book.
Yeah, excellent.
Fantastic.
Excellent. So.
Pop says always read the book first.
Yeah,
definitely always read. So that's all you got for.
Yeah, everything else was just kind of eh.
Well, very good. I guess I will move on to mine. Let's see. I'll start. I did real quick. I did the Eye of the World. I did the graphic novel version. I wanted to see Robert Jordan's world through his eyes and through the comic writers and the artist, because we didn't get to see Robert Jordan's view on the TV show that was Amazon. So. So I wanted to see what he thought of it. It's the art's beautiful. They stay true to Robert Jordan's. Okay,
what do you mean? Because Robert Jordan is dead. So what do you mean? I'm seeing.
So right, I know he's dead, but he still created the Wheel of Time and things like that.
So what artwork are you looking at? I guess I don't know.
The artist's artwork through his eyes. You know what I'm saying? The artist.
Like they used his descriptions.
Right.
And then drew pictures based on that. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. There you go. Thanks for catching up with me.
No, it's just my brain. I had to break it down.
Yeah, I wasn't there yet either, but that's cool.
There's some. It's a graphic novel. It's done really well. The characters are just like I would picture them. They didn't do anything to change up the characters, so I love that. Like we got a lot of different character representation in the TV show, which didn't match up a whole lot. So that's nothing against that. I don't want to get all people coming at me, but just wasn't my cup of tea. The TV show was not my cup of tea, and so I'll leave it at that. I read Batman Revolution. It is set in the what's his name? the original, Michael Keaton, Tim Burton's Batman world, not the Schumacher and everything after
The
that.
Batman world.
Right, the
Yeah.
Batman world, and we got what the Riddler would have been like
Mm.
in Tim Burton's, and it puts Jim Carrey to shame. This Riddler was phenomenal. I mean, not that Jim Carrey's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just this Riddler was well written, and I like the he worked for the Gotham paper, and he was a puzzle writer. So that's where he gets all of his stuff, his background, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he was cryptic, and it was really good. And Batman and his dynamic in the book was fantastic. It wasn't as overboard comic bookish as Jim Carrey was in there. So I really thought the dynamic was well written.
Hmm.
I did one of my very first audiobooks I've done in a long time, and that's because I'm not going to pay the thousands of dollars to buy this book. It's Rage, Stephen King,
Yeah.
under Richard Bachman. He has discontinued this book for reasons. But just the basic breakdown, because if you guys can find it on like YouTube or something like that, I highly recommend you listen to it. But it's about, and the fact that this was written long before Columbine and things like that really kind of. But the reason he discontinued it is because some of the after they've interviewed some of the school shooters that lived through the ordeal, it was said that Rage was one of their inspirations. So he discontinued it, which is understandable. But very well, this was good. This was back when Stephen King was really good and really thrillerish and things like that. So Rage takes our main character through dealing with school and the bullying and things that he had to deal with, and unfortunately it took a horrible turn. So but it was well written by Stephen King.
Do you know, has he talked about what that was like for him to know that
He
people
hasn't
were
really.
using his
He
book?
just said from the research that I did, it was just basically I discontinued it because um, it was the like I said, the inspiration, and he didn't want to be the person
Sure.
that
Yeah.
was inspiring, and so he
As an author, it
yeah
must feel
yeah
horrible.
and he was
Ugh.
he felt bad. I mean, in layman's terms, I don't want to go into some of the expletives because Stephen King can use some expletives, especially in interviews.
Sure.
But basically, he felt bad, and that the best thing that he could do was pull it off the shelves. And
Yeah. That makes sense.
What a
totally,
shame. Gosh.
caught up on some of my Star Wars. I'm not going to go into a lot of those. I just caught up on a couple of my, like you have theme and you're following a certain. I'm doing my Star Wars theme. The next one up I read was Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner.
Yeah. What did you think of that one?
What did I give it? A 1? It was. The premise was good. It was all about a paleontologist and discovering these human bones, but I got lost because she's putting so much garble and jibber jabber that didn't need to be in there in her character, because I'm bouncing from France to here to this country, and you just get lost in the garble. And I think had she just stayed in France and stayed with what was going on, it really would have made the novel so much better. But you just I have to when I have to go back and go, where am I at again, and whose point of view am I from, you just get lost. And I think the premise behind using a spy and an assassin type person with creation, with finding bones and things like, I thought it was a really good premise, but it just was bad. And hello, Dustin, how are you, good sir? So it was, I got lost, and so I finished it. It was hard. It was a hard read because you're just going. I'm flipping pages, and I should not have to do that. But I mean, A for or the A for her creativity as far as setting the baseline. I just think she had so many ideas in her head
Mm,
that she just wanted to
mm,
put everything in that book instead of maybe giving
mhm,
us a
mhm.
series. But
Yeah.
the A for creativity on that. I read Branding Yourself, some of my nonfiction, Branding Yourself. As how to use social media to invent. I'm trying to help myself put myself out there as far as getting more people to follow me and become my fan base, not fan base, but my reader base, if you will, for my
Mhm.
books and things like that. Very good. Kite Runner.
Oh.
It's on
Wow.
my list. I haven't read it yet.
Wow. Kite Runner, very good. Uh, you know,
Wrenching, like,
yeah,
ugh.
That's why I haven't read it yet.
it's still one of the top books out there. It just explores, uh, Amir is our main character. He gets uprooted from Pakistan or Pakistan, right? Afghanistan. What am I thinking? Uprooted from Afghanistan. He's there during the Russian invasion. They move. They come to America, and then he talks about all the stuff that's going on with after. It doesn't hit too much on the Afghan war with America and then Osama bin Laden, but it's there. It's kind of there at the end of it. Um, but just the way just the relationship between him and his dad was really good. I thought. I know it was a rough childhood and rough with his dad, but I think it was really good. He marries his wife, and just the courtship alone of him meeting his wife at these flea markets, and how he's so uh he's just a kid and he's been embarrassed. He's walking around with going and getting Pepsi and drinks just to walk by her in her sundress and flirt with her. So at the heart of this book, I think it's a love story for the most part. And but it's yes, yes, Chad. Yes, Chad, I can read, not just Pike. But just a heartwarming, and I loved it. I loved the book. I thought it was fantastic. And I know he's got more in his lineup, but the Kite Runner was fantastic. And I can't say any more about it because I don't want to spoil. You haven't read it, and I know it's on your list, so I'm not spoiling anybody. But
No,
at
it
the
needs to
heart
be on
of
my
it,
short list.
yeah, at the heart of it, I just the the awkwardness of falling in love in what he does to marry his wife is just brilliant. I thought he did such a great job writing that in there. And then uh, I read that Stephen James one that you took, the Pawn, where
Hmm.
the the killer uses people as chess pieces. Man,
Oh.
Isn't he good?
Yeah, I'm ready for
That
the I'm ready for the next book.
that series, I mean, it can be kind of hard. Some of the books are hard to read just because the
He
content, but
yeah, he
they're good.
he gets in depth on some things and you're just like, wow, okay. But I don't again, this is kind of one I don't want to spoil because Dana's the one that recommended it to where she reviewed it on one of our previous shows. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. I finally got it got into my TBR and I don't want to spoil it, but what a well thought out plot and theme of this book and just amazing. So Stephen James, the Pawn. I'm not going to give too much away. Just know that he uses his victims as chess pieces, and the chess pieces come up a lot in the book. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and the
Uh,
whole series I think is excellent. And it's
yeah,
like it's done. Like there's a beginning and there's an end of that series. So you
yeah.
can, you know, yeah. I don't know.
And then
There's
you
7 or 8
guys,
of them,
yes, yeah. And then you
but
guys
it just
obviously talked me into reading 101 Dalmatians.
Oh.
I mean, I've read it long ago, and 101 Dalmatians is my favorite Disney movie of all time. I forgot that Perdita was not the, for the movie they created the Misses, and
Mm-hmm.
or they combined Perdita and the Misses into one,
Mm-hmm.
where you get Perdita and but yeah, just
Yeah, she was a wet nurse in the book.
yes, the
Yes.
wet nurse. Crazy as it is,
I-
but it's fun. It's fun to read it from the dog. You really do get it from the dog's perspective
yes.
in this book, and I love that they spent more time going out on the hunt and searching for their missing than the movie really showed us.
And it really
And
has a sweet message because it's at Christmas. It's a
Yeah.
great, if you haven't read it and your kids haven't read it, I suggest reading it at Christmas. It's really good.
Yeah. Excellent. And I had no idea it even was a book until a couple
yeah.
months ago. And I was like,
oh,
oh,
she
there's a
didn't
book?
she write so well with her little British accents, and you can tell her British
Yeah.
accent in
I
the
don't know who she is. Wait, did
Uh,
she write I Capture the Castle?
Jodie Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Same
Yeah.
author.
That's why that name is so familiar to me. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can just read her little. You can hear her little British accent in the
Mm-hmm.
as she's writing, so it's pretty cool. And then I did another Robert Jordan. It's called Warrior of Altai, and you can see the seeds of the Wheel of Time coming together in this book. Although
Oh.
it has nothing to do with the Wheel of Time,
Gosh, I've got to get back to that series.
you can just see the seeds that he's planting, and this is one of his very first books that they put out in a reprint a while back. The Warrior of Wolfgar is our antagonist, protagonist, everything wrapped into one, because it's you kind of just see him in different lights throughout the entire book. And when I say antagonist, I'm not talking like a really huge bad guy, but like he has some anti-hero traits to himself. But again, I don't want to spoil too much. I'll give you I'll get my notes here on my little synopsis. But where's my notes? Because I just read that one. Basically, he's just a nomadic warrior, and he's trying to find a way to keep his nomadic tribe from being erased and being controlled. So he has to do some things that anti-heroes would do. So he's not proud of it, but it's things that he has to. Punisher. Think of the Punisher. The Punisher doesn't want to. Well, the Punisher wants to do that, but he's doing it for the right reasons. But it's a standalone book. Has, like I said, has nothing to do with the Wheel of Time, but you can see where he got the political and the how he sets up his politics in the Wheel of Time, and how he sets up his characters in the Wheel of Time from this. And I thought it was really good. So I highly suggest it if you like really gritty fantasy. This is the one for you. So, and then last but not least, read the second book in George R. R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, if you will, The Clash of Kings. Because I'm rewatching and reading kind of at the same time, because obviously the Knights or A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms has just come out, so I'm rewatching things and rereading things. And Clash of Kings, I so wish they had followed the book more. I wish the directors had followed the book more with this one. Because I think we got a watered down Tyrion in the show, because Tyrion is a lot more devious.
Is he the little guy?
Yeah, Tyrion is because you only get certain POVs. You only have certain POV characters. While there are a lot of there's a lot of characters portrayed, you only have certain POVs.
Didn't we read the first one?
Yeah, we read the
We read
first
the
one.
first.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And there are so many characters that they cut out. I mean, a lot of characters got combined, and I really wish they had done certain. I know I get at time constraints, and they wanted to put everything into 8 seasons,
Yeah, but I'm with you. Sometimes I don't know why they make the decisions they make to change
There,
characters and whatever. Some of it doesn't make sense.
and you get Gwen. I can never say. I can't say the lady that played Brienne of Tarth. She's supposed to be gangly, and you give me Gwendolyn, and she's beautiful. You give me,
Mhm.
and,
Well,
you know what I'm saying.
it's gonna
So
be pretty, yeah.
I get it, but you get she's they call her the beauty, but it's not because she's beautiful. She's gangly and ugly, and not that I want that in the TV show, but I wish they would have given us a little bit more. Gwendolyn was beautiful, even in not as made up as she usually is. But they and I think guys, book Cersei is way worse than TV, and everybody hates TV show Cersei, but book Cersei is even worse. But they just did such a good job. I mean, I love the books, and I pick on George a lot when I say he's never going to write the Winds
He's
of
never
Winter.
gonna write
He's not.
it.
He probably never is going to write it. But if he does, I really need to see. And Nim brought it up the other day, which I thought was really cool. He said he's probably had it written, and then some things got screwed up in the TV show. Now he's going back and
See,
changing some things, which I could totally see that. But again,
mm-mm.
he's behind the scenes of Dark Winds, so he's the producer and executive all with Dark Winds, the Chi and Leaphorn series, which we're watching on AMC. He's got Night of Seven Kingdoms. So just take 5 minutes, George, and finish the damn book. That's all I'm saying.
Listen to me. I don't care at all about Game of Thrones,
I know
but
you don't.
it concerns me that the rumors that maybe he's tweaking things because of how the show ended, because I'm dealing with that with Outlander.
Yep.
Because the very last season of Outlander is coming on. It maybe it's already started, but it's ending, I think, at book 8. And
Yes.
that book 10 is getting ready to come out. And so my bestie and I are like freaking out, and I said, whatever they do, I don't want it to ruin book 10 when 10 gets here. And so Stephanie was thinking, well, maybe we should read book 8 to prepare for the show. And I said, I'm not doing that because I don't want anything from the actual books in my brain anymore. I just want to watch the show, enjoy the show as it is, close it off, and then maybe reread book 9 before book 10 is released and be fresh back in the book world.
Yeah.
So I really hope that Gabaldon does not try to make it match the show, but then I'm freaking out. How are they going to end the show? Like, I'm very, very concerned about this. I think, listen to me, moving forward, nobody make a TV show until the book series is finished. Please and thank you.
That is exactly where I was going with it.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
the problem.
'cause-
That is the problem we run into.
Yeah. That's not nice to change the book world to match the TV
they're
world.
different
Don't
world.
do that. Right.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Although
Wow.
I did make the decision to no longer watch Bridgerton because they are on season 4 or 3 or whatever. I don't remember, but the story that they're on is Anthony's, which is they're on season 4, but book 3. And they've changed some things.
Yeah.
And I don't mind changes in TV shows. I've learned that a TV show is a TV show. But they're like really changing some, like, I feel like character arcs with these people. And I'm like, you know what? Bridgerton, the TV show, is just not for me. I am just going to stay with the books.
They combine people because they feel
change
that the
their
directors
stories.
So you'll get the same person, but you'll have another character's backstory that ruins it. I mean, they did that with Walking Dead. That was one thing that kind of irked me a little bit with Walking Dead is you had certain characters meet a certain fate in the books, but in the TV show they ended up living longer. I understand it, I get it, but and that's why I'll always appreciate The Walking Dead, the books, instead of. But I again, I'm probably in the minority that love the Game of Thrones. I love the ending of season 8. I was okay with it. Was it the best? No, but was it horrible like a lot of people think? I don't think so. That's my opinion. That's just lonely little old Dash's opinion. A game, or Walking Dead. There were some things that they did different in there, but I was okay with it. I'm fine with the way certain things went. It's not for everybody. I totally get it, but
Yeah.
I didn't have an overall problem with The Walking Dead that some people did, and some people were. And I get it. You're attached to characters, but that's what I love. That's kind of one reason I love about Game of Thrones, and I love about The Walking Dead is you can get attached to characters, and then when something bad happens, that's life. That's what I love about it because there is, that's real life in fiction, if that makes sense to anybody out there. You're sometimes the hero doesn't win.
Yeah. Well, that's real life.
Exactly, and that's why I mean, that's why I love. I'm a huge Ned Stark fan, and and I knew what was going to happen, and it still upset me, even in the TV show, still upset me. But you have to have those to drive, and then I think I stopped watching on season 5 or 6 of Outlander because I was just I didn't want to ruin it anymore for my not because I love the book series. I think the book series is fantastic, and I didn't want to ruin any more of kind of what I did with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I ruined some of my reading experience.
Sometimes you have to make that decision that the TV spinoff or adaptation is just not one you're going to watch.
Yeah. So I will catch myself back up with the show once I actually get to go through all these Diana Gabaldon because it's a great book series. I love it. And
good.
We talked about it. It's a mishmash of sci-fi, fantasy, of romance,
historical fiction,
action, adventure. It is
guys and girls.
It is a writer's dream to put a book together like that, where you can hit every genre.
And it's not anything she did on purpose. She just wrote it.
She just wrote it. It wasn't. Yeah, she didn't set out to. I don't think she set out to mishmash. It just worked out that way for her, and it's a really good, excellent book series. So if you have not read the Outlander series, I highly
at least the first one. Highly recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it from
the first one, and then just be done.
We're gonna be. We got a nice gentleman. He's like, hey, it's gonna be a great book and great movie because we were talking about the Last Picture Show coming up at the end of the month.
Oh yeah.
Larry McMurtry. Man, I have seen the movie in passing. I never really sat down and watched the entire thing. So it'll be fun to talk about the movie, but the book, man, whew.
I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, I'll just say, whoo, in a good way.
I'm curious to hear what you think, Amber.
Oh gosh. Okay. There's some pressure.
Well, I'll just say, woo. Am I right, Dana? Woo.
Yep.
Man, is that a good woo or a bad woo? Or...
It's not a bad woo. It's not a bad woo for
all
me per se.
I'm gonna start it next week.
I just wasn't expecting. I didn't know what to expect. But
not from Larry McMurtry.
I
wasn't
either.
expecting that. So
I just it was my turn to pick a book movie, and I glanced at my shelves. I said, "What book do I have that's not very long that is also a movie?" And that was
I think you'll be fine with it. There's some.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's
okay.
It's a time piece. It's a time period piece. So.
Well, it's contemporary when he wrote it, right? Like he wrote it during that time. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's important to remember the setting too.
Remember
not just the time setting, but the place.
Texas.
Yes. So. Remember but I'm almost completed, and I can say I enjoy it. I'll say that much. I enjoy it.
Well, I will start it next week. So because it's not very long.
I can picture. I can picture Jeff Bridges and
Sybil Shepherd
and Cloris Leachman and
young Sybil Shepherd. Wow.
Yeah, very young.
Jeff Bridges. Oh,
very. I think they were in their early 20s.
Wow.
When they did this movie. So cool. And one of my dad's favorite people in all the world is in the movie. I'm not gonna. I will let you figure it out.
I will just.
Well, I think you'll know the minute you watch the movie.
Okay. Okay.
I think you'll know if my dad is no longer with us, but if you can picture what kind of person my dad was and the character that's in there, you'll understand.
Cool.
And he's an Oklahoma boy. That's all I will say. And you'll know. I guarantee you, the minute you watch the movie, you will know exactly who I'm talking
So
about.
you're currently reading it, right, Dash?
I'm currently reading, just about finished.
What are you reading, Dana?
I am currently reading a book called The Plot.
Oh, yeah. I think Dash reviewed that one.
Did you?
Is
A long time
that
ago. Somebody steals somebody's book idea?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
It is. I'm like, I've been listening to it, and I was listening to the epilogue, and then I had to turn it off to come do this, and I was like,
Gosh, we need to let you get back to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really good. Yeah.
I am reading Mr. and Mrs. American Pie by Juliet McDaniel. It is about a woman in 1969, Maxine Simmons, who is part of the ultra rich Palm Springs crowd. And then her husband decides to leave her for his secretary. And part of the deal, she got some money, but she was also banished from Palm Springs. So she had to go live in Scottsdale, Arizona. He gave her like an old condo or whatever, and she has to live there for like 3 years, and then she can own it outright, kind of thing. So she's just trying to figure out what to do. And she used to be a beauty queen, and so she sees this pageant idea for a Mr. and Mrs. American Pie, but she's not married anymore, and she doesn't have children. So it's funny. It's funny. It has some really good parts. I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I did, but I found it because I started watching a show on Apple TV called Palm Royale with Kristen Wiig and Allison Janney and Laura Dern. And I don't watch a lot of TV, and I'm obsessed with this show. I love this show so much. And I noticed in the credits, it was based on Mr. and Mrs. American Pie. Well, I'm not finished with the show, and I am not finished with the book, but it seems like the show only took the first chapter of her. It's like they took her Palm Springs life.
Inspired by.
They made the whole show out of it. I will say right now, I love the main character in the TV show a lot more than what they do with her in the book. But it's fun. I'll review it more next month. But it's a hoot, and it's just fun. It's fun to read a book that takes place in the 60s, and they do talk about Vietnam and Richard Nixon, so that's kind of cool to get all of that in the background. But this woman's got to find a husband, and she's got to find some kids because she has nothing else to do.
That's so easy to do too. So easy, right?
It was pretty easy in the plot.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're going to be reading. Our end of the month review will be The Last Picture Show. Larry McMurtry, if you guys got plenty of time to jump in and join us, we'll be reviewing the movie as well. So this is we have 3 booking a movies per year. So this is Amber's booking a movie. Dana will have one, and then I will have one. And then we'll be back also next month for reading Roundup. You can see us just about every other Sunday, give or take. We had some obviously some things this weekend that brought us to a Monday, but we're back on our normal Sunday for Last Picture Show.
Yes.
Larry McMurtry, Lonesome Dove, things like that. So
man, you got me nervous, but I'll start it next week.
Don't be nervous.
No, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
It's just I didn't expect Larry McMurtry.
I didn't either.
I
was like,
Larry
oh,
McMurtry.
okay then.
Oh. Man, it's probably okay. Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Stella.
Queen barks a lot right here.
Oh, I love the puppy.
Look at that face.
Man, I tell you what, you can not get on this show without a puppy being shown at least once.
Well, I'm on the floor, so she's.
You get puppies. All right, we'll be back. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
We will see you.
Good night.
On the last one, and have a good night.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
If you missed the live viewing of any Meg production, you can find all our content on Roku, or as a member of this channel. Madness Entertainment Group.